Bless you.
So you covered the camera?
Yeah, I don't want you guys to catch my sneeze face.
That's true. If I did catch it, I probably could have turned it into an animated GIF.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for joining us for the PEBCAK Podcast, a weekly information security show featuring some all-around good people. It is week 4 of 2024. I'm Chris Lueck, and I finally have blazing fast fiber internet. With me, I have my co-host Duke Silver, who's limping along with hotel Wi-Fi this week. Where are you currently broadcasting from?
So I am in Dallas, Texas, and
Go Cowboys!
Meeting with, poor Cowboys, right? I will tell you that at the LA Fitness, there is an astounding amount of men still wearing, like, these are die-hard Cowboy fans. Like, I know they know that they lost, but they're sporting the jerseys and the hats.
It's America's team.
It's America's football team. That's true.
That's right.
What I think is hilarious is that we came here for like not a Zscaler like offsite, but we're meeting with a customer here based out of, somewhere where it's like -6, super cold, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we get here. I kid you not, it's like 22 degrees. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They left thinking they're going to come to like some smoldering paradise, but no, it was cold AF here, man.
Nice.
Dallas is always cold.
Not
Is it
always.
really?
It's hot in the summer.
Dude, they known for winter storms.
Well, yeah, they had the snowpocalypse, right? Where everything shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to risk.
Not just snow, but ice. Ice is their big thing.
Yeah, the ice. But I will say that I don't think they did anything from the ice apocalypse last time, so they're a little risky over here in this whatever. And it does take, I don't know, good 3 or 4 minutes for the water to even get hot in my hotel room. But I am clean. Damn it.
And we have Glenn Medina, or should we call him CPG? How are
CPG.
you feeling?
Now that I know what that is, no thank you. Come on,
Glenn.
man. That's just rude. That is just wrong. Oh,
No, it's
I'm feeling a whole lot
protector,
better.
Glenn. Child protector, Glenn.
Child protector. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, feeling better. Today's day number 10. I woke up this morning, tested COVID positive, and then I think I finally beat it. Took my second test tonight just to check, and I see no more traces of that line on the strip.
Breaking news. You are now CN Glenn, COVID negative Glenn. CNG.
Yeah, I know.
Negative. Wow.
So
You did it, Glenn. I don't know how you had the strength to beat this sickness.
I know. Talking to the guy that's had it at least 3 or 4 times now, compared to me, and I get wiped out just once, and I took all the stinking vaccines I was supposed to. Unbelievable! I'll never do that again.
Right?
Yeah.
I think the worst I ever had it was maybe a good 24 hours, and that was like a night sweats, and the next day I was kind of like back normal. But I did take full advantage of the whole I'm gonna relax. And yeah, just stare at the TV for a couple weeks. Like good time.
You took your 2 weeks COVID
dude.
leave.
I don't know that I did, if that was even a thing. I still took meetings, but I did relax though. I don't think I did the gym or anything.
Yeah.
I did quarantine like a good old boy, but that didn't
No,
stop
you
my
did it.
wife.
You're such a liar.
Well, no, I quarantined from like the likes of you guys, but my wife still shared a bed with me. She didn't care.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, we wish you a speedy recovery, and we thank you for making it on
Thanks.
this week.
Hey, you look good. Look like you dropped about 30 pounds, man. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
I did. I couldn't eat anything.
Poor guy.
It was rough.
Yeah, based on what you've been sending to us in the group chat, it's a task just to get out of bed in the morning.
There
This
was
week
another
we have
explosion here, by the way. You guys want to see a picture?
No, thank you. Ever.
This week we have our guest, friend of the show, Ben Corll. Welcome back, Ben.
I'm really happy to be here. Well, I think so, but we'll see.
No, so Ben is no longer a friend of the show. He's just an actual friend. Like he's officially like in the group chat. So
He's an all around good guy.
All-around
He's made
good
it.
guy.
yeah, he's made
You've
it.
crossed the bridge.
Took him a while.
Bestow
I was
you
skeptical.
that title.
I don't know about this dude. As soon as he grew the half mullet there in his face. Then I was like, all right, he's back. When he was clean shaved for for the family photos. I didn't know who that dude was.
Yes. No, the wife's birthday comes around. The fuzz has got to come off the face. As soon as we make it past that, halfway through November, decent beard comes back, as does the fuzz.
Combined, we have decades of information security experience here, not just to educate, but to entertain. We've got 4 awesome stories for this week, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Real quick housekeeping item. Our CISO in residence and podcast guest, Ben, has been nominated for the On Conference's Top 100 Information Security Professional Award. We would appreciate you sending him and our fellow Zscaler CISO, Marc Lueck, your votes.
Woohoo!
I will link through to the voting page in the show notes. We appreciate you taking the time to vote for him. Vote for them, actually.
Yeah, top 10 is where you really want to be at. Let's hype him up.
No. I mean, we sincerely would appreciate those votes as well.
So how did you get nominated? What did you have to grace to make that happen?
Did you nominate Luke, and then Luke nominated you, and then boom, you guys are in?
Absolutely. Had to grease a few palms in addition to that. But no, it goes back a couple years. Had to have somebody influential nominate you as well. So I don't know who came across for Marc, what type of lies were told as well. But there had to be some humdingers in order to get my name added to that list.
It must have been that one CISO that was like going to go to prison. Who was that one guy?
Joe Sullivan?
Was it Uber?
Joe Sullivan.
Was it Joe? Are you friends with Joe? Are you on a first name basis with Joe?
I think Sam knows Joe. I think we asked him about it when Sam was on the show.
He does, yes.
No, I thought he knew the other guy that was actually okay.
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown, yeah.
SolarWinds. Yeah.
Yep.
Timbo.
Yeah, Sam knows everybody.
He does.
So funny enough, Ben posted this in our company Slack and told us to vote for him. And I was scrolling through. There are quite a few names on here, so I was scrolling through. And I was looking. I'm like, one name in particular stood out to me. So there is somebody on this list in a past life that stabbed me in the back, and I saw his name on the list. I had to look him up because that person's at a different company now. I'm like, yep, sure enough, it's the same person. So I won't out that person, but it was just funny to see that
dead to you?
Who is this backstabbing bitch you talk about?
I don't know.
I'll tell you offline, but I won't out this person on the show.
Like, here's the reality, everyone that's listening. He told me who it is, but I can say the name all I want. He's just going to bleep it out because he has edit rights to the final thing, so we're screwed. Follow me on Twitter.
It's the benefit of being the producer.
What's it gotta take to get on Chris's bad side? I don't understand that one.
Yeah.
Chris is such an easy guy to work with.
How did he stab you in the back? I want to know.
I never said it was a he. You're just assuming it was a he.
Oh.
It was.
I did a backstabbing.
I'll speak vaguely because if I say too much, it might out this person. This person, I was working here. This person belonged to one of my accounts, and they tried to get pretty close to the account manager and wanted to know what's the roadmap, what's coming out, tell us go really in depth in this particular product, and then it turns out that this person led us down this path, knowing that he was going to go to one of our competitors and manage a competing product. So it's classic
Evan.
Brain R move to try to get it. And the thing is, we always stick to, we don't tell trade secrets. We usually don't tell people what's not already on the website. But some of the roadmap stuff, I think I consider it unethical that they would ask for something like that, knowing that they were going to go to a direct competitor and work on a direct competitive product to it. So yeah, I don't care for that kind of behavior.
So I gotta ask, Ben, what do you think about that kind of stuff? That's kind of just shady, right? Would you agree?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, all of us need to be above reproach. And yeah, the things we do, the information that we're privy to, our reputation matters. And again, above reproach is where we need to be. But, that type of behavior that creates a reputation for you. And it's way too small of a community that we work in. So you do it once, you do it twice, you're going to be branded from that point forward. And it's going to be very difficult for you to find, that third job, because people are going to call around. They're going to say, what do you know about this Deech guy? And yeah,
pretty shady
he
fella.
applied. Yeah, he is. I think he can bench press maybe 100 pounds, on a good day.
At least his choice in shirts are just terrible at the beginning. So that should just tell you his wardrobe's just not that colorful.
Oh,
Whatever,
yes.
Glenn.
But no, at that point, you're like, yeah, that's just not a person that you want on your team.
I agree. Or any team. Like I said, yeah.
Spoiler
It's not
alert.
good. That's just, yeah.
The product in question was about microsegmentation, which no one's been able to figure out in 20 years, nor will they ever. So,
There was a product called Knack, right? Kind of tried to do
I just throw up in my mouth.
I think you did. Another housekeeping item real quick. Happy anniversary to my lovely wife, married 12 years when this episode drops. So happy anniversary.
Woohoo!
Wow. She is dumber than she looks. I'll tell you what.
So you married her when she was
13.
You married her
I need
when
to
she was
I need to
16?
re-record that. It's 13
Yeah.
years.
Uh-oh. No, you're not going to record that. No, we've got this on tape
Shit, that's
now.
in my head.
Grace.
13
Grace.
wonderful years. Gotta say.
Is her name is your name CPC now, Glenn or Chris?
COVID positive. Not yet. Not that I know of. Happy 13th anniversary.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Grace for putting up with you.
Exactly. This week, we're going to talk about how to serve someone, kicking ransomware victims when they're down, a privacy setting that is quite embarrassing that got turned on, and close with Matrix talk.
I definitely serve people on the dance floor.
You got served.
Ooh.
You got served. Can you imagine me stomping the yard?
I can't actually. That'd be hilarious. For our first topic, this will be our cryptocurrency story of the week. Avid show listener and reporter Brian Krebs reports that a California man who became a victim of a SIM swap scam that resulted in the loss of over $100,000 in cryptocurrency was able to sue the unnamed scammer by sending him or her some Bitcoin. A federal judge ruled that sending a summons inside a Bitcoin transaction to a wallet containing what's believed to be the stolen funds constitutes sufficient notice for the defendant for a civil case. Now, it's probably unlikely that the victim will ever get his money back, but this is an interesting legal maneuver that opens up all kinds of legal possibilities. It makes it easier for victims of cryptocurrency scams to use the legal system to get their money back instead of waiting for years for law enforcement to even care or take notice. The victim could win a default judgment, which means that any cryptocurrency exchange that honors that judgment could reclaim the stolen funds if the scammers ever try to move or spend that money.
So you thinking anytime you pay a ransomware, you just put a legally binding document along in there? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd have to be enforceable, and then they'd have to move it to an exchange that would honor it.
But, yeah, show up. Like, who's going to show up to court for that, right? I mean,
They don't. That's what they're hoping. So that's what's called the default judgment. So if somebody sues you, they have to give you notice that you've been sued. You have your right to your day in court, and if you don't show up, they get something called the default judgment, and they automatically win.
But you're just
win
you're
what?
suing a wallet?
You lost because, yeah, what are you doing? And then what? The wallet gets turned over to you by the people that hold the service? I don't understand how this even ties back to being able to get anything back.
They're supposed to. So let's say Coinbase. Let's say they make the mistake and send the money to Coinbase. Coinbase sees that this money is flagged for judgment, and then they can seize that money. But it has to go to an exchange that will honor the judgment.
Ah.
You still got to send a Bitcoin, though. That's got to be painful.
I think the guy sent him $100.
Okay.
$100 worth of Bitcoin. But who knows? Like that $100 you send him today will be like worth $10,000 in a couple of years.
Right.
After he or she's already got all your
Or zero.
coinage to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to your story, though, I think people might actually start doing this. Like, I mean, if it's some way getting your money back, maybe they'll actually do it.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. I mean, it's clever. I'll give them that.
Like,
and a judge signed off on it.
we think of these people as being like geniuses, but didn't that one dude like spend money funding his girlfriend's rap career or some crap?
Yeah,
Like,
and they bought Walmart gift cards and had stuff sent directly to their house.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of time.
Was it a real girlfriend or was that a fake one?
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, it was real.
It was real. We did a story on those. They were called like the Bonnie and Clyde of crypto thefts or something.
Yeah.
Real.
Oh, that was out of Australia, wasn't it? Was it?
The Now
That
Nunda.
was here.
Yeah, I think it was here.
Yeah.
I think it was
Ben,
the
did you ever pay a
Bitfinex
ransom
hack.
in your days on the customer side?
So you want me, on air to actually answer this?
Yeah. I'm not telling you
Really,
which
man?
company.
Come on.
Not which company, but
No.
How rude.
If we go back a couple of years, having to have a wallet, having to go and find and say, but I think all in all, that a couple of companies that I worked with when I was doing some side consulting ended up having to like a $4,500 ransom, and they had no backups, they had no nothing. So had to work with them to even set up the wallets in order to make that, and it was like 1.5 Bitcoins at that point in time.
now that thing's worth what, $100,000?
What?
1.5 Bitcoin?
1.5 would be like 60,000 US.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was at 60,000. I'm actually in the black on my Bitcoin right now. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, me too.
Just for the record, I told you guys to buy at 13. I told you to buy on the way up.
Woo! Bro, you told us to buy at
Nice.
43, at 60, at 10. Like, you're just like, every day is this bike.
It's gonna go to the moon, guys. I
yeah.
swear.
Dollar cost averaging, and it's a legitimate investing strategy.
And did you ever listen to him? When did you listen to him?
At the wrong point in time.
When-
I'm going to backfire.
At the wrong
Not at
time.
13, I'll tell you that.
It's all right.
Yeah, we're in it
I
for
have
the
monopoly
technology,
money. It's the
not
same
the money.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
Magic internet money. Yeah, I mean, you can go back to that company that paid the ransom and have them sue them for the 1.5 Bitcoin and then send them a message on the blockchain. All right, for our second topic, there's an old Indian saying that goes something along the lines of, where there's one white man, there's more white men. Well, that quote beautifully translates into the world of ransomware, and this will be our ransomware story of the week. If someone is unfortunate enough to be the victim of a ransomware attack, they actually pay the ransom, well, that brings out all the scammers who know they will fold like a cheap lawn chair and are ripe for the picking. A new scam out there has scammers posing as security researchers, and they approach victims of ransomware attacks promising them a service to hack back the attackers and destroy the stolen data. Way to kick a company when they're down.
No, and that's a scary part. I mean, it's bad enough with these ransoms where all of your data is going to be encrypted, but now you have these double ransoms of your data has been stolen now. So if you're not going to pay the ransom, you're going to restore everything from your backups. Well, if you don't pay us the ransom, we're going to go to the news outlets. We're going to start publishing all your data. So it's just a dirty way of going about it. And now you have a secondary party come in and scamming people to say, oh, as you said, Chris, kick them while they're down. Pay me $5,000 and we'll make sure all your data is deleted. It's just crazy.
Sounds like a good
Did you ever pay
$5,000
it?
spent. Yeah. Why does everybody do this? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even have like screenshots of the alleged stolen data, so they think that they're working with the ransomware groups so that they can get screenshots of the actual data that's stolen, give them a little bit more legitimacy. But I'm guessing, surprise, surprise, you send them the money and then nothing ever happens.
Do you think these guys are just buying a piece of the ransom or piece of the data, giving them a piece of that, knowing that there's kind of like a team effort here on trying to extract as much money as possible? Sounds that way.
I mean, it could be, because a lot of this stolen data is either hosted on the leak site or it's sold on something like breached forum. So you could buy a piece of it for $1,000, get a screenshot of it and say, I have proof that I have access to your data for 100,000. I'll make this go away.
Well, unfortunately, I think the days of ransomware are going to be like running a little bit lean. And I think if we've learned anything from like Equifax is that people, they don't give a shit if their information is locked out. Like it's that whole death scroll mentality. It's like, oh no, my stuff's out there. What's on TikTok
again?
Yeah.
Breach fatigue, they call it. It's like, oh, another day, another breach. The data's out there.
Yeah. But I guess you just feel like you're like, what can I do about it? There is really nothing that you can. You're gonna boycott Home Depot? Well, all right. Let's go to Lowe's. Eventually, you're gonna end up back in a Home Depot.
Exactly, because 6 months later, Lowe's has the same thing. So do you now drive across the parking lot to the other one as well?
Ace Hardware.
Yeah, Ace Hardware.
Yeah. Who doesn't have any computers, by the
way. Zero lumber, but tons of spices for your barbecuing pleasures. I don't know if you guys have been to an Ace Hardware lately, but they have just racks of it. It's amazing.
Funny enough, they did get ransomwared like a few months ago. They're not
Ace
immune to getting
really?
hacked. Yeah, Ace did.
Poor bastards.
Yeah. He's trying to run a mom and pop hardware store, trying to do good, and no, some ransomware group comes along and wrecks their systems.
Who's not wrecked? Who hasn't been wrecked yet?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty short list.
Yeah, right?
That's a lie. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you actually do with this? I mean, unless you're like the federal government, I don't know that companies even care anymore. It's kind of weird. Like you take like,
I think
if anything,
the federal government doesn't even care.
Well, I think they do some stuff to kind of mandate it, but like, or at least not pay the ransom. But honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if like the next major retailer finds out they've been breached, and so they're like, all right, we're gonna make an announcement, but real quick, we're gonna call our friends and short our stock. Make the announcement. You know what I mean? Short the stock.
Good old-fashioned insider trading.
Yeah, like tell me that's not actually going to happen. Like they'll recover. Everyone seems to. If you're big enough, you're too big. Like you're just big enough. It will be a speed bump at the end of the day. Not even a pothole.
That's all we need. Tort reform. We need like actual regulatory reform. We need actual fines that would sting a company, that get them to change their ways.
Let's involve the federal government in this, guys. That'd be a great idea.
Well, I mean that goes right to the proposed legislation that's out there now. Talk about kicking them while they're down. The legislation that's out there to ban any types of payments as well. And if it's now going to be illegal to pay a ransom, great. How are you going to recover? You already were doing the wrong things. You didn't have your backups. You didn't have your EDRs and all of the right protections in place. You had no segmentation. So it just spread hog wild on your network. And now, rather than negotiating, rather than going out there and potentially, because even if you pay, it doesn't mean you're going to get everything back. But it's now illegal for you to do that as well. So yeah, let's bring in the government. Let's have these things. Let them legislate us and tell us what we can and can't do.
You know what I think is funny is like, I don't know if it's step 1 in that we've been breached handbook, but it's to switch out your EDR, right? It's like, oh, great. We're just putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, guys, but I'm glad that we just spent a bunch of money on it. I mean, does that seem like a viable,
EDR and
workable,
putting a new one in?
Good idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
About your existing security. We hear you fine, Brian.
Making fun of me, Chris?
Yes, he's always making fun of you, Brian.
I couldn't tell if he was making fun of my face or like if his screen just happened to freeze.
Yeah, not really making fun of the face because You see your face, you see your lips move, and a second later you hear the sound.
It's like 5 seconds.
Okay.
I have like a 5-second delay on you now.
Great.
All good.
Sorry, guys. Whatever your answer was to my question was beautiful, though. I appreciate it.
The answer is yes. The answer is always yes.
Well, I brought this to a screeching halt.
Oh,
Good
I
job,
don't know if you
everyone.
wanted to.
All right, for our third topic, I am a Plex Pass lifetime member. Plex is a self.
Did you say sex pass lifetime member?
Plex.
Yeah, he passes
Pass
on it all the
lifetime
time.
member.
He is clarifying, but he is not denying the secondary as well.
Well, the application Plex is a self-hosted media service that allows you to watch movies with a pretty user-friendly interface. It used to be that, at least. Lately, Plex has really gone downhill and tried multiple times to integrate a social aspect into their application. One change they made that really angered their users is that they auto-opted every user into a feature that automatically shares the names of the videos you watch with all the people on your friends list. There are angry posts on the Plex forums of people claiming to be able to see the list of their friends' watched videos, and many of them are quite embarrassing. That's just as bad as sharing someone's internet history, and a big no-no.
What the heck do you guys have on your Plex server? Because I do not have anything I would be sketched out at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, how much media do you have?
I've seen you, Brian. You've watched Miss Congeniality 14 times over the last month.
I'm okay with
One
that.
and two.
I'm okay with that.
Three.
Sandra Bullock, she's a winner.
There's no shame in Brian's game. He's okay.
Yep.
What I do have on my Plex media server is every video and picture my wife has ever shot on her iPhones throughout the year. So if you're wondering why everyone's looking at IMG_move3, then it's just them looking at old ass videos.
Hopefully all family safe, Brian.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely. Yeah.
Brian, I hope so.
That would be weird. That would be very weird.
If you found out that those private videos have been publicly shared.
What if your own kids are coming across me? No, I live my life very simple, guys. I want to be able to hand my wife or my kids my phone at any given point in time and not have to worry about anything. Period.
Which phone are you handing them? Is the
Oh,
question.
That's the burner.
Oh, jeez. No. I'm one and done, boys. Keep it simple.
It's that Android phone that you're always making fun of people for having.
But
The last conversation.
I did warn my wife. If you do open up Signal, there is a high probability that Chris will be sending some sort of flaccid penis in the group chat. So enter at your own risk, honey.
Oh,
That's why he told her not to go into Signal.
You may think you're looking at a brand new Rolex, but is it really a brand new Rolex?
Definitely is not.
see, it's the wisdom that Brian shares that I just really appreciate, being his friend. The last time he and I were chatting, life wisdom and life hacks he was sharing of make sure that your girlfriend has the same name as your wife so you don't make mistakes.
Don't say
You're a
the wrong
jerk for
name.
even saying that. Listeners, that is a joke. I only have one wife and 0 girlfriends.
I think
Plus,
this
it's hard
is,
to find somebody named Matilda. Just kidding.
This is
What would be like a really awkward name that's not very common for a woman?
like Beatrice. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of hot Beatrices out there, so you're kind of like teetering around the edge. Or Bertha, right? What Bertha looked like.
Olga.
Yeah.
No
Olga.
offense
Olga.
to anyone that's any of our listeners that are named this. They're just not very common anymore.
What about Gorlock the Destroyer?
And this show just went downhill. So.
I think this went up in quality. What are you talking about?
I think it's a alarming trend that a lot of these apps that Plex was fine. You didn't have to do any of this crap. Like they're just trying to turn it into like a social thing now. Like they have like the watch together feature. Like I never need that. I don't use that. The share this with your friends. Watch, know what they're watching. Like I think Reddit went down this path too. Reddit used to be just post anything you want, create a subreddit, and post anything you want, literally anything you want, unless it was illegal. And even some of the things that were illegal, like they had like shoplifting subreddits. They had dark marketplace subreddits, and then they had to clean it up because I think they eventually want to go public and they want to turn it into this social aspect. Like they had the infinite scroll thing, which I hate on Reddit. And then they killed the API, and it's just like a downhill spiral. These good websites that used to be good, but now they're trying to transform themselves into like social apps.
So is Plex going to back this out, or are they going to double down and start sharing it on Facebook too?
I stopped reading the thread. Like the thread, I could tell that the community managers of that were put in a pretty awkward position because it is really annoying to have this feature on, and they opted everyone in. I don't think they walked it back, but they said it was turned on in certain cases. So you had to have this feature turned on, which I think most people have on anyway. And they were saying it wasn't for everybody. Don't worry, it was only 98% of you out there.
Well, and that's the thing from an international perspective, are you opting, people that are in Europe in? And if so, are you violating any, GDPR or any of those privacy regulations that are out there? What's this doing for them?
I think someone actually called that out in the I'll have to go back to the thread, but I think somebody actually said, you're doing this and this is not GDPR compliant. Like I live in the EU, and yeah, that's a slippery slope for them for sure.
It reminds me of those people that used to get all bent out of shape with like the proof of the vaccine. Like, you can't make me do that. It's a HIPAA violation. And then some lawyer was like, actually they can. That has nothing to do with it. It doesn't protect you from your employer at all.
For our last topic, and it'll be a rotating topic every week. This week, we're going to talk about the reason we have Ben on the show. Brian accidentally sent a message to the group chat that we have with Ben about a potential podcast topic, so we just had to include him this week. Just like one of those...
I'm so honored.
You're in here by default because Brian sent the message in the wrong group chat. Just like one of those BuzzFeed quizzes.
Yeah.
What Matrix character are you? Who do you most closely identify with? This is the Matrix movie franchise from, I think it was 98, 99, when the original Matrix came out.
Keanu Reeves, man. Yeah. Come on.
So you're saying you're Neo then, Glenn?
Oh, hell yeah.
You're the one.
I'm the one.
The chosen one.
I'm
the savior.
one. Yeah.
I can see
Actually,
that.
I'm the guy that's stuck inside the Matrix, repeating his world over and over again, never making it outside of the
Just
Matrix.
one of the NPCs walking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's better than him saying he's Agent Smith, chasing everyone down. So
Being the narc.
Yeah, we'll go with
constant
that.
narc.
Yeah.
The enforcer.
So,
for me...
Did Brian ever watch it? Yeah. Is he Googling it?
Well, no, I was trying to remember that, like, I'm going to call it out right now. So I think Chris says that he would be Tank, right, Chris?
Yep. Yeah. So
Okay.
For me, it would be Tank.
No, you would.
He died.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
This is classic Chris. Like, he's just delusional. He has no idea who he really is in real life. You're Mouse or whatever that dude is. The one that, like, he's like, it tastes like chicken. You know what I'm saying? You programmed the red girl. You were not Tank. I'm sorry, brother.
I have the 250 BMG machine guns trying to fight off the agents.
So I would definitely be Cypher
Done.
for all the right
Yikes.
reasons.
Cypher?
Yeah, Cypher's bald.
For all-
Yeah, I can see that.
No, what?
Wait, which one's Cypher? Cypher's the guy that turned on.
Yeah, Cypher's
on
the
Neo,
traitor.
Right?
The
Yeah,
traitor.
of course. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
Brian would pick
Yeah.
the traitor.
It'd be the traitor.
Whoa! You guys are reading between the lines. No, Cypher enjoys a great steak. That's why I picked Cypher. I don't know why you think that I'd be the traitor. You guys are weird.
Mhm. And he's bald. He likes
bald.
steak. He thinks so
Wants to
highly
come
of
back to someone
himself
famous.
that he'd be an actor. No one too famous, but important. Actors are important.
And have no recollection.
He gets
Ultimately,
he gets under everybody else's skin, things like that. Yeah.
the traitor that kills all his friends.
Obsessed with Trinity. So, nope, again, not me. But no, I actually took the BuzzFeed quiz and it said I'd be Neo. So in your face, Glenn.
The one.
I'm Neo.
The one.
Do either of you actually know Kung Fu?
Once I get
Yes,
uploaded,
I
I
took
will.
Learn how to fly an Apache helicopter.
That's the first step for sure.
Yeah, actually, Trinity's the one that learns the helicopter. Neo is, he learns all the martial
The
arts.
guy that swings it. He swings on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you're getting schooled today, Brian.
True.
Who would you
What
be
would you
then?
be?
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
had plenty of time to think about this.
I even threw it in the chat the other day as well. It would be Dozer, the defender, the protector, and who also gets killed in there as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
Isn't Dozer Tank's younger brother?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Tank and Dozer.
He's the guy that always. He's the guy. Natural born, right inside
in
of
Zion. Yeah, Tank and Dozer.
In Zion,
both born
yeah.
in Zion.
Yeah,
The old-fashioned
which
way.
is why he can't. He can't go inside the Matrix. Correct.
You're purebred. I like it.
So I am not the chosen one, as much as I'd love to say that.
No, I want to be the architect, but not the one in the movie. I want to be the Will Ferrell one from the
From
skit.
the MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis. Apropos. No, so I think so. First of all, you two have it wrong. Tank does not die in the movie. Dozer dies in the movie. Tank kills Cypher, so I kill Brian's character. I killed Brian because he betrayed us all. So I end up killing
No, you're
him
the
and
mouse
saving
dude.
everybody.
I don't care what you say. Over here feeding everyone porridge.
So Tank, he's the IT guy. He keeps all the IT systems up and running. He trains and mentors Neo. He cuts through all the BS. Remember the scene where he's like uploading his training and he says directly into Neo's brain, he's like, well, let's skip all this boring stuff because it's BS and here's the good stuff. And I mean, I like to think I'm like that when I do our new hire training. I always cut through the BS. I give him the red meat. So
Why did they get rid of his character then in 2? Was it 2 or 3? They got rid of his character.
Yeah,
There was an
I don't.
explanation for it in 3.
I don't
so the
know why he
character,
died.
I just did a quick search. So the character, it says he mysteriously disappeared from the franchise, but he never dies on screen. So I think Dozer dies, and then
He is
Tank
like you.
kills
He's
Cypher.
greedy as fuck. He wanted more money. That's why he was in the next video. That aligns beautifully.
All right, so wow, so this is actually recent. So there's an article from January 2022, so just 2 years ago. It says Matrix's Tank didn't return for either of the sequels due to disputes between the actor and the studio.
See,
Money. It's always money.
That's right.
So
you held out too long. And, you asked for too much, and all of a sudden you're cut out.
So you guys, let's say you do, like, it's real life Matrix. You take the red pill. You wake up in that dungeon of hell. Are you gonna try to like survive and do the right thing? You just be like Cypher and just throw me back
Put me
into
back
fake
in.
reality. I want to be plugged back in. I don't know what to tell you.
Porridge or steak, man? And you're going for the steak?
I would be like very specific. I was like, I want to be plugged back in, come back. I want to have 2 corgis, and my name is Ben Corll.
Yeah, CISO and
Come on, man. They're French bulldogs. French bulldogs, and not corgis.
Oh, I think you had corgis.
Let's
My
get
bad.
it right.
My bad.
But in Brian's reality, they're corgis, not
Yeah,
French bulldogs.
yeah. What if they plug you back in and then you just end up like being a homeless crack addict in San Francisco? How mad would you be?
You're Will Smith. Oh my god. Just poor guy.
Technically correct. You said you wanted to come back as an actor. You can come back as Will Smith.
That would be terrible. No, I don't want to be an actor.
Someone important.
Maybe Bigfoot. That's what I want to come back as. I want to come back as Bigfoot.
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 Yeah, you already half looked the part, so it's not too much of a stretch to get you to the rest
I'm
of
just
the way
telling
there.
you. Man, Bigfoot looks relaxed. What are you guys talking about?
It doesn't have to deal with people as a recluse.
Just like,
Stays away.
Just, probably.
Makes an appearance when no one can see.
Yeah. Probably doesn't have anyone nagging him at home. Edit that out, Chris.
Why do you think he's out walking around?
Yeah, exactly, Brian.
That's why he's aimlessly
Because
wandering
Mrs.
in the
Bigfoot
forest.
is like just hammering the crap out of him in the forest somewhere.
There's a
It's like, will
comedian
someone
on to edit
damn
this
shoot
out.
me finally?
You have to edit this
Back-
one out, Chris.
Back.
Oh, Chris,
Back up.
Chris has got his work.
I do. I got show note actually here. I got complaints that my sensor beeps are too loud, so I said either Glenn and Brian have to stop swearing, or I'll turn down the level of the sensor beeps.
Just beep it. Just beep it. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
I will, but then I'll have to tone it down. I've gotten multiple people telling me that. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I can turn down the sensor beeps.
Can
Don't
you
be
can you
beeping too
do
much.
can you do mine as an awooga? Awooga like that? That'd be pretty sweet.
Probably, yeah. Send me the wave. I'll throw it in.
Okay. And then Chris's, or I'm sorry, Glenn should just be a duck. Wank,
Quack.
Hey.
wank. And Ben doesn't have a bad word in his mind, so he's good.
No,
Yeah.
no. Ben and I are good.
I got a laugh you can use, Chris.
I know what you're talking about. So back on topic, I was thinking at least of the three show hosts, Brian and Glenn and I think a friend of the show, Guy Marone, would probably have to be Morpheus. He's like our mentor.
Who's that?
I like that.
Yeah,
Morpheus.
I would take that.
Guy would be Morpheus.
This hotel internet's killing me. Who's Morpheus? I missed it.
Guy Marone.
Yeah, take the red pill or the
The
blue
Hebrew
pill.
hammer.
I was in a guess guy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good
Yeah.
job. Good power of deduction.
Who's the Oracle?
I was actually kind of thinking that too. Yeah. Who's the Oracle who sets the future, gives you enough, tells you enough to motivate you, but not enough to ruin things.
I think the actress that actually played the Oracle died in between 2 and 3, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's correct.
That's-
The original one, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted cookies, so.
It's good. Bill Lapp. I know he used to like cook and bake stuff. Maybe he'll be the Oracle.
We'll give that to him.
Yeah.
All right.
We continue to get great comments about our dad joke of the week. This week, our guest Ben is up.
Let's go, Ben.
Nice. All right. I got one for you, Brian. If a child refuses to take a nap, does that mean they are resisting arrest?
Yes, they are. They should be
Wah,
apprehended.
wah, wah. Throw the book at him.
Open and shut case.
All right, to wrap things up, you got served using the blockchain. Don't trust people who say they can hack on your behalf. Turn off the social sharing features in Plex. And there is no spoon. That's all I have for this week. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. You can find us all on LinkedIn. Links will be in the description. Follow us on Instagram at PEBCAK Podcast. Thank you to all our listeners and subscribers who rated us 5 stars in the iTunes Store and Spotify and left us a review. We appreciate you all spreading the word to help grow the show. The best way to find us is to search for the PEBCAK Podcast on your favorite podcast listening app. For our co-hosts Brian Deach and Glenn Medina, and our guest Ben Corll, I'm Chris Lueck. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next week. And as always, have a nice day.
Bye, Felicia.
I love you.
The walkers are coming, Corll.
Problems. You all have problems.
Have a nice day.